I'm broke right now, and you'll probably click off of this, but you won't see the potential if you do. I don't beg you, but I urge you to stay at least a few seconds and hear me out. So for the past 8 years, I've been on a spiritual awakening. I've been freestyle rapping since 13. I'm really decent at it. I'm going to school for audio engineering. My woman's pregnant. We're on a crazy journey moving to Arizona in June, and I want y'all to be here for the journey. I just got off of this amazing community call with a hard drive. It's a hard drive affiliated community called Sound Exchange for the broke people. It's only 20 bucks a month, where hard drives are a little more expensive. So here's the deal. Vulnerability is power. If you're not vulnerable, people aren't truly gonna feel you. The thing is, I got a chance to tell them my story and hear them out. I heard everyone's point during the conversation, and I kind of lean back as I do in my Scorpio way. I observe first, and then I go into this conversation, and I'm all about systems, right? Systems. I say, look, Ken, he's a co-host, a carpenter builds a house. That's the product. Boom, transaction, I'm paid for it. We're artists. What is our product? There's so many broke artists in the world. What is your product? And I'm like, you have high ticket sales here. You have a subscription-based community here. You have this here. But where is the real squeeze? Where is the real balance? He's like, so you're talking about transactions, right? And I'm like, yeah. Because I don't think he knew this, but I've been on the journey of being tapped into the emotions of sacred medicine. I've been set with bufo. I've been set with ayahuasca, bufo over 50 times. In certain legal scenarios, I'm able to serve it to people too. So definitely stay tuned for that, how that journey goes. It's been a while, been 2 or 3 years since I've served someone bufo, but I definitely am capable. I can call, I make the call, right? Let me just make the call real quick. So, but here's the deal. I'm broke, right? And that's what I said. If you've been with me thus far, thank you, because here's what's gonna maybe get you to stay longer. I'm broke, but we have so much value to offer. I said, everyone on this call, told him this, everyone on this call has some value to offer. And I would pull bits and pieces of, so-and-so said this earlier. I feel you on that. So-and-so that said this. And it was this wonderful web we were weaving of, everyone getting validated on their points and having something to contribute, because we're all broke in a way, right? We're all kind of like having that scarcity mentality at some level. If we weren't, we would be kind of telling everybody, hey, this is how you overcome the scarcity thing, which maybe I'll tackle that too on our journey, because that's kind of what this book is about here, the 3 beliefs of the ego, which to overcome scarcity, it's overcoming the belief in lack, which easier said than done. But in this call, I'm like, we all have value to offer, but here are the systems. What are the systems rather? And while there were a few things we threw out there, but there was a beautiful miracle moment that really happened. And what really happened is they saw the value that I was able to bring to the table. I told them about my girlfriend going through psychosis. There was a guy that shared in there that kind of reminded me of the mental state that I was in. I'm like, dude, no diss to you. I hope you feel it in my heart. And they were like, yeah, we feel you, man. We feel you. I'm not trying to toot my own horn about how well I felt validated, but at the same time, you have to understand how important these communities are that can really reflect back to you like, yeah, bro, you've got it. Don't second guess yourself ever, because you've got the value. Find this community. I'll probably link it down below, Sound Exchange. You can join it as 20 bucks a month. Hopefully they love me for giving them the free promo, but this wasn't intended. Of course, this is all a spontaneous script. I've researched very well on how to free associate. I'm a good freestyle rapper, and so I have no problem freestyling this. You should be able to freestyle some content, long form. I'm not gonna keep you guys for too much longer. What I wanna say is this: I really appreciate communities. I really appreciate the community that I was a part of, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you watching this for sticking along for the journey. Whenever you came across this video, I don't know, but this is an awesome ride, and I look forward to, so long as you support me, I know you exist, I look forward to supporting your journey, because I don't want this to be a one-way street. I think that's how narcissism starts, self-inflated things start, and I don't want to have that evolution. That's like you're devolving at that point. This is a two-way street. You guys give and I give, and I'm not giving in hopes yeah, please let me get it. Of course, there's that part of our egos that's, yeah, we expect to, if we give $1 million, let me get $1 million in my value, motherfucker, right? But there's part of my soul that knows that giving without any expectation of receiving is a spiritual truth. It is a universal law, and people know that. The makers of this community know that. And it was a blessing to be able to I told them I'm about to be a father, to be held in such a vulnerable space. And I think there were certain pinpoints I hit on. If you say I'm going into fatherhood, there's like a certain softness for the first time. It's like a certain softness. It's like, oh, fatherhood, okay. Whereas, if there was like an ego guard of like, well, this guy, what is this guy on about? But I said fatherhood, so that might soften you a little bit. You're like, oh, fatherhood. And then I say, my girl, she was going through psychosis at the time. What effect does that have as the listener hearing? It's like, oh, You know, there's like a realness to it. It's like, I've been through the trenches. It resonates with that part of that person. It's like, oh, there are these lyrics. Me and my nigga Spesh epitomize the streets. Got a dangerous vibe, too strange to describe. All I can say, we share a bond from the pain we survived. Woo! That's Ransom, Hit List. That's the vibe I'm trying to tell you about, is like, whatever I'm saying is hitting on that potential bond that we have from that pain that we've survived. So my point is, when we show up with life, and thank you for sticking this far in the video, I'm gonna come to a close with this. When we show up with life, that's a testament that we, even though it's hard, we stay prayed up. We're showing up with love. Hey, what's going on? Hey, yeah, we can talk struggles too, but yeah, I really wanna, quick vibe check, right? I know in rap culture, it's all like, this is the vibe, and I'm a rapper too, so it's like, yeah, like, what was the lyric I heard from Shade Noir? Spit poetry for the wise like Jodeci in his prime, too standoffish. It's hard approaching me for a vibe. And I get that, that's the rap culture. It's like, yeah, no new friends. Like when Drake came out with that shit. You can't really move like, I mean, that's the way of death. We're talking about the way of life, and the way of life is to show up with the vibes. And regardless of what people portray in their music, they get it. You show up with some life, with some fire. Pull up ChatGPT, every Bible quote that says to do this. ChatGPT, every spiritual text. Coming to a close again. I promise I'm coming to a close. With this group, that's what I got. Fucking lesson of the day. Show up with vulnerability, guys. Show up with vulnerability no matter where you're at. Make some content. Say, hey, I'm broke, but yo bitch ass ain't gonna listen. You're gonna stroll past because you're looking for dopamine, because I'm addicted too. It's like, it's the same bond. We share that pain, like the lyrics I shared earlier. And whether or not this video goes viral, I know it's at least gonna touch one motherfucker, because I'm gonna make sure I send it to somebody. I'm gonna make sure John A comments under it, because shit like this is important, and shit like this needs to be heard, especially as a future fucking father, as a fucking person who stands for men actually being real men. It's appreciated. This has been Gvon Darian. Thank you for listening. If you haven't subscribed, do that, and I'll see you in the next video.